Naki has a question. My friend and I are looking to start a freight brokerage together. Do you recommend establishing a business as a corporation or LLC? Yes, you should have a corporation or LLC. Here's why. Because it will, if nothing else, it will limit your liability. There are tax advantages to it as well. I'm not an accountant and I don't play one on TV, so I can't give you financial advice, but there are financial tax benefits to having a corporation, so you definitely should have that. But beyond that, it will limit your liability. So let me tell you what I mean by that. So a corporation is an inanimate object. It's an entity. It's much like a person, but it's an inanimate object. But it's its own entity. So when you start a corporation, if I own an LLC or a corporation, any assets of that corporation are owned by the corporation. Now, if I were to be sued, if the corporation were to be sued for a damage claim or some catastrophic accident, if they sued the corporation, the liability stops at the corporation, which means they can't come after my personal assets. They can't come after my retirement. They can't come after my stock portfolio. They can't come after my house. So the biggest benefit to having a corporation or an LLC is it limits your liability from the business. And in trucking and logistics, there is some liability, potential liability. Now, if you have a damage claim, a shipper might sue you for damages potentially. If you have some sort of a catastrophic accident where someone gets injured or killed, there's a potential lawsuit there. Now, it's a very small percentage, but it could happen. And the last thing you want is to lose your house or to lose your retirement. That's why having a corporation limits your liability. So I definitely would set that up. Beyond the tax advantages, it limits your liability. So good question. Hey, if you enjoyed this Freight Broker Q&A, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the little bell to ensure that you get notified every time I release a new video. And if you have questions, make sure you add them in the comments below. And who knows, maybe I'll use one of your questions on a future Freight Broker Q&A.